All right, so today's subject is something I ran into yesterday, something that I came upon, kind of tripped me up. And we've talked about it before, and I just figured that since I'm going through it again, we'll talk about it again for anyone that hasn't heard it before. It's the concept being that when you're in your own business, you have so many hats going on that you're not going to be able to master everything, and you got to be careful what gets away from you. The thing specifically is I got so caught up trying to find more work and get work in the door and paying bills that I have not spent any time practicing my welding. As I got welds, or as I got work, I would weld and do it, but specifically I haven't touched pipe in probably about a year, I would say, maybe a little over a year. Most of my stuff's been fabrication, guardrail stuff, a lot of repair work on industrial equipment, heavy equipment repair, nothing that was specifically pipe welding. So with that being said, I got the opportunity to go and work and needed to do some pipe welding, specifically TIG, bead and hot, and it didn't go as well as I wanted it to. It would still most certainly probably pass x-ray. Most certainly probably. It would probably pass x-ray, but it was not up to the standard that I wanted it to visually, just because I know I have done better in the past. So, concept being, it kind of ties in with also the same thought. Pick your niche and stay specific with it, because that's the one you're going to stay in all the time, and you're going to do it all the time, and that's what your hand's going to be very good at. If you're going to do pipe welding, stick with pipe welding and specialize it, and that's what I'm trying to flip over into doing, because I haven't been doing too much of it. I'm trying to get back into it, just because that's really what I enjoy doing, is pipe fitting. So I kind of edged away from it, just took any work I could get, and that was mostly repair work and just small fabrication. So with stepping away from what I specialize in, what I want to specialize in, my skill in it went away, and that's not a good thing. So you got to make sure and keep your hand in and keep practicing what you want to do, and if you're ready for a job to call. Because if I got called right now to go out and do x-ray welds x-ray welds on TIG, I probably wouldn't be able to take it, just because it would pass, but it took me longer than I would like to, or liked for it to have when I did it. I just was struggling for sure. Not a very proud moment of mine, but it happened nonetheless, and it was a lesson learned for me. Is if I'm wanting to get back into piping, I definitely got to start practicing more on my own time. When I get my own time, start practicing on it, make sure I'm staying up on it, so whenever I go out, I'm ready to go. Can't change the past. Luckily, it was a time and material job. They're real laid back, and it wasn't any big deal that it took as long as I did to get it, but I wasn't happy. I did not go home happy, and that's the main thing. Is as long as you are the hardest on yourself, as long as you're your own worst critic, that's just going to keep you driving to be better. That's the only thing that did for me, is it inspired and pushed me to just get better, get back into the grind, get back into practicing, and make sure that all my stuff, knock off all the cobwebs, make sure I am up to par on everything specifically that I want to get back into. And it's a juggle. That's the thing about being self-employed, is you don't have welds just lined up in front of you like when being an employee like I had. It was pretty good or great, is someone else taking care of finding the work, someone else taking care of paying the bills, doing payroll, doing all the other stuff that's involved in business. All you gotta do is show up, and they had welds in front of you. So now, not so much. I really got heavy on the making sure the bills were paid, getting payroll taken care of taxes, trying to get more work in the door, and that laxed up on my actual weld ability. So juggling the two, both are very, very important. Time management, I guess that's the lesson learned, is learning time, very good time management, on being able to dictate when practice is needed, and when it's going to help you further along in your career, versus when more jobs are needed, and you just kind of got to put the stinger down. So yeah, it was a fun lesson to learn all over again for sure. But I'm pretty sure it's going to happen to me again, and then again, and then again. That's the thing. I don't know anyone that's just running just perfect balance all the time. It's kind of a pendulum. You kind of go one way or the other. You know, you get real dialed in with your welding, but you don't got any work coming in, and now you got a lot of work coming in, but you're not dialed in as you want to. So that is the lesson for today, or at least the subject. I wouldn't say it was really a lesson, it's just kind of more of an experience I had sharing with you guys. Want to make sure you stay aware and you don't make the mistakes that I do, because I make quite a few of them, as you guys well know. Everybody makes mistakes. I'm just the one stupid enough to post them on live TV. No, I think sharing mistakes is actually the most beneficial thing. If you can get over worrying about too much what people think about you, and really just kind of getting it out there that you made mistakes, you quit holding yourself to a standard that's perfectionism, and it'll help you just kind of keep pushing forward, no matter whether it was right, wrong, indifferent, perfect, not perfect. You just keep moving forward, and that's why I feel it's so important for me to make sure and share that with this with you guys, my mistakes, because I want you to know they do happen. I want you to know that if I do make it big and I become successful like I'm wanting to, we can all look back and say, wow, that's where that dude came from. He made the mistakes. He still was in the business for a year and a half and still made those same mistakes, still got tripped up. So nothing goes smooth as what they write down in books and what you see in movies. It's just not that way. The daily grind is certainly a lot more hectic, a lot more of a roller coaster ride. But anyways, that's my little spill for today. I hope you guys are having a great day. I will talk to you later.